Live from the local station, News 4 Jax starts now.
A Jacksonville corrections officer now locked up himself in the Duval County Jail, charged with sexual attacks on 2 women. Police arrested 25-year-old Nathan McClough, who has resigned from the sheriff's office.
Investigators say he assaulted 2 women at a party last month. News 4 Jax I-Team reporter Vic Michelucci is joining us live from outside the Duval County Jail with details on the charges against this now former officer. Vic.
And about 45 minutes ago, I was able to get a copy of his arrest warrant. Many of the details here are just too graphic for me to repeat on TV, but these 2 women describe a drunken and violent attack.
That's why I said this isn't a good day.
Jacksonville Under Sheriff Pat Ivey was clearly upset that one of his own is accused of a heinous crime, raping a woman at a house party a month ago.
The suspect then went to a second bedroom and attempted to force sexual activity with the second victim. The second victim was able to fight off the suspect.
25-year-old Nathan McClough, who spent 3 years as a corrections officer at the jail, is now behind bars. It appears he doesn't have a criminal history, but he did have 1 minor written reprimand from JSO. We tracked his records to this home in Ocean Way. No one answered the door, but neighbors told us he lived here with his wife and young son. No problems that they knew of.
The charges are very serious.
We took the details to attorney Rhonda Peoples-Waters. She points out that the sexual battery charge is a first-degree felony. That means if convicted, he faces up to 30 years in prison.
So we would imagine that he's not getting any special treatment.
No, I would definitely say that he's not going to get any special treatment, but it certainly will bring to mind the fact that they want to send a message to those within their own law enforcement agency that we respect you as law enforcement officers, but if you break the law, then you will certainly, receive the punishment that you should deserve.
Investigators say McClough and his victims were drinking. One more thing for a jury to consider if he goes to trial.
Meaning that the alcohol complicates the case.
It absolutely does. Alcohol would send a signal that you may not have been clear about what your intentions were, and that certainly would complicate the issue of whether consent was given or not.
Now, detectives at the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office used a recorded call between one of the alleged victims and this man in which he said he did not remember what happened, but that he was very intoxicated. The rest of this warrant is blacked out. It is redacted, meaning it could potentially have information that centers around a confession. But right now, that information is not releasable. We're live downtown. I'm Vic Michelucci, Channel 4, the local station.
And Vic, you looked into the history of JSO employee arrests. What did you find?
Well, we asked that question, and Under Sheriff Pat Ivey told us that this is the 6th arrest of a JSO employee so far this year in 2018. I should point out that this man stepped down immediately upon his arrest, so he's no longer employed by the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office. Last year, there were 10 arrests in the entirety of 2017, and over the past decade, there have been dozens of arrests and internal affairs investigations.
All right, Vic Michelucci reporting to us live. Thank you, Vic.